It is wonderful. And where is your native? Is that a native last name for what country?
It is Congolese last name. I'm originally from Congo, DRC. It is a native language.
That is fantastic.
I still have a hard time to pronounce that. I was even surprised on my graduation they pronounced it right.
They practice, Nahomie. They practice. Believe me, they practice. They had nightmares coming to different people. You know, it's everybody's last name that's not, well, I would say common English last name in America. Believe me, I've been in graduations where the guy said, you got that last name right. He said, believe me, I practice. So if you come from anywhere outside the United States, whether it's a Spanish American name, whether it's a German name, whether it's a Polish name or whatever, or any last name that's long, Arabic or whatever, they have problems with. And in America, we'll skip it. We'll skip it or we'll shorten it. Everyone, welcome to the Career Education Learning Center podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Rivers. I am thrilled and excited to have Nahomie on our show today. Nahomie has a applied science degree from Central Piedmont Community College, and that is fantastic. She is a recent graduate, so I am so thrilled to have her on the show today. How you doing, Nahomie?
I'm doing great, Mitch. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Audience, and for my viewers and listeners, I did not pronounce Nahomie's last name because it's a little difficult for me. So I have Nahomie tell you her last name.
My name is Nahomie Musangusangu. Is Congolese last name, so I understand that you're having a hard time to pronounce that.
Yes, thank you so much. See, audience, I told you I would have a hard time pronouncing that, you know, because it is wonderful. And where is your native? Is that a native last name for what country?
It is Congolese last name. I'm originally from Congo, DRC. It is a native language.
That is fantastic.
I still have a hard time to pronounce that. I was even surprised on my graduation they pronounced it right.
They practice, Nahomie. They practice. Believe me, they practice. They had nightmares coming to different people. You know, it's everybody's last name that's not, well, I would say common English last name in America. Believe me, I've been in graduations where the guy said, you got that last name right. He said, believe me, I practice. So if you come from anywhere outside the United States, whether it's a Spanish American name, whether it's a German name, whether it's a Polish name or whatever, or any last name that's long, Arabic or whatever, they have problems with. And in America, we'll skip it. We'll skip it or we'll shorten it. If you notice, we'll short things in a heartbeat, right?
Yes.
That's what we do. Well, since you're a recent graduate of Central Piedmont Community College, Nahomie, and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Why did you choose to go to Central Piedmont Community College and not no four-year school or another community college or technical school?
First, I wanted, my senior year in high school, I really wanted to go to 4-year directly, but I have my major, since I was in the RTC, my major asked me, did you thought about Central Piedmont? I was like, no, not yet. I don't know. I don't think so. He's like, try that. So I applied and I got accepted. I was like, why not? Let me just go and see how it's going for 1 year. And if it doesn't work the way I want it, I just go apply for a 4-year university. And when I applied to Central Piedmont, it was really easy for me to apply and to get in. And then the community just kind of welcome you. It just was easy and was cheaper for like a young adult just graduating from high school to straight to college. It was easier, and since I didn't have the chance to get a scholarship or anything, so I was paying out of pocket, it wasn't that much. And then I have some amazing advisor from the Department of Architecture, and they just helped me throughout the years. Like they schedule my schoolings, they schedule my classes, and they help me get where I wanted to go and then move forward, I was just like, yes, that's really the step that I needed to take for me to be where I am right now.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is great. I love Central Piedmont Community College. Even when I graduated from UNC Pembroke, my 4 year, I went back to Central Piedmont Community College to take some classes. It is a wonderful environment. When I went, it was one of the top 5 community colleges in the nation. I'm pretty sure it's that way. It is very good for students who don't have the money or maybe not ready to go to a 4-year school to go there. And so I had nothing but great things to say about Central Piedmont Community College. I loved it. Like you said, it's a family environment. My advisors, my professors, they're very helpful, and that prepared me to go to my 4-year school. I mean, the family environment is incredible there. And I think you made the right choice. I really do. How much did your family support you going to Central Piedmont, especially saving money?
Yeah, I did save money compared to the 4-year university, the money that I paid. I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. I'm not sure if I wanted to be able to pay that. But in Central Piedmont, like you take one step, and then you're moving little by little, paying the money, and my family support me with everything. And it was not a burden to them to pay school for me. So it's just like, okay, even though I tell them like I need to pay this, it's not gonna be like, wow, that's a lot of money. They're just like, okay, we got this, we can do it. So yes, it really helped me to save a lot of money and then to prepare for my 4-year college, my 4-year university.
And was there a transition between going from high school to college? Was there a challenging and transition as far as the academics, or did you just have not a problem and continue to do the same thing you did in high school? Because I'm sure you're doing very well just speaking to you now.
It was challenging because first I came here, I didn't know any English at all.
Oh boy.
I didn't even know how to say hi in English.
Oh my.
So I was just like, okay. And I learned English, went to class, do better, and then force myself to learn English because that's the only language they speak here other than Spanish. And then the other language that they speak is really French, and now everybody speaks French here. And you're not gonna go where people speak French because you're trying to learn English, not learn French. Since French is my first language, so I was like, I don't want to learn French. I want to learn English. So I learned English throughout the middle school to high school. And when I went to Central Piedmont, I was pretty good at English, but still I needed more because there was some word when they say just like, does it even exist? I was like, okay. And I had some coach and some people that helped me when I don't understand anything, when I don't like, in high school, we don't do that. And I remember that I'm not in high school anymore. I'm in college right now. I need to act like an adult. And I got some teachers and some coaches that help me schedule my classes. If I need help, I just have to email or to call them just to get the help that I need. That is what Central Piedmont is. It's really to help students to know where they want to be and where they're going, what they need to do, and all those come together that has a whole package. So Central Piedmont really helped me figure out because at first I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do architecture, it's too hard. I'm gonna drop the class. I'm not gonna go to class. I'm just gonna stay home and work at a warehouse. And when I had a talk with my advisors, so if you stop this, what are you gonna do? That's the question I was like, yeah, I'm still young. I still have this opportunity. Let me just go and then see if I can do it better. Because in order for you to succeed, you have to fail and learn from your mistake. So that's what Central Piedmont helped us. If I tell people that I failed a couple classes, but I had to retake it, and for me to graduate it, people won't believe. They think that I passed all my classes to the A and B's. I was like, no, I had to fail to learn from those classes and then to learn from my advisor. Hey, in this class, since you're not good at it, you have to go tutoring. Go meet the tutor. Explain where you don't understand it, and then they will help you. And that really helped me throughout my year to Central Piedmont.
Well, I think that's fantastic. And I think you said something very important there, Nahomie, is that you're going to fail many times. It's not how many times you fail, it's how many times you get up. And I'm pretty sure I've heard it thousands of times from different leaders, mentors, and people who has been in the entrepreneurship business many, many times, and who try to encourage people, hey, you're going to fail. But one thing I've learned, Naomi, that students that do and I did the same thing too. That's why I went to community college. Students that fail or have a hard time, but get through that hard time and make it will do better in life. Because even when you graduate from college, 4-year, 2-year college, and get there, start living, there are going to be failures and challenges throughout the rest of your life. And once you have learned to overcome those challenges, those small challenges now as you're younger, then when you get older, then you're going to learn even more. You're going to say, okay, I've done this before. I've been this down before. I can do it again. I failed before. I do it again. And you learn to learn from your mistakes. You know that again. You learn to learn from the mistakes that you made. Now, if you don't learn from the mistakes, then that's on you. Okay. But most of the time, most people learn from those mistakes they made, the challenges they went through, and the objectives that they had to do that they didn't accomplish the first time. But hey, go back on your goals, go back to your objectives and accomplish them again. Go as many times as you want to. I know taking state exams, because I have my security license and life insurance license, and a lot of people have failed those 2 or 3 times. That's fine. But once they pass those exams, now they're making thousands or millions of dollars on their own because they took the time to say, hey, it's only a test, let me take it again. It's only a class, let me take it again, and then you'll learn from that. And so when you get older and you have jobs or you're entrepreneur or whatever you do, you're going to fail some. But the thing that teaches you how to get over that failure is that you failed before and you overcame that failure and became successful. So I'm so proud of you, Naomi, not giving up. I'm so proud of you doing what you're doing. And that is fantastic. Now, you said architecture. That's something that you want to get into when you later on in your career? Architecture?
Yes, I actually already started my path. I got hired. I wanted a company as architecture designer, which I'm happy and I'm excited to see how it goes.
Well, Naomi, I wanted to be an architect, to be honest. I really did. But math is not my subject. My older brother is a math teacher, and I was not a math teacher. I couldn't find out after taking a lot of classes. I'm a history buff. I love history. But math was not my forte in high school. So I knew architecture was off my list. Woo! That's one thing I can't become later in life, architecture. And I can't draw. Woo! That's another that gets me, architecture. And that was 2 strikes. I didn't try for the third one. I said, okay, that's not going to be my major.
I understand, because at first I was drawing just little girls just drawing flowers and stuff like that. So easy to draw. And when I got to Central Piedmont, and then I realized that drawing is not just flower and then just TV the way you see it. And then I was like, I'm not good at drawing. I don't even know how to start. And then they will teach you. I'm like, I know, but I'm so bad at it. I don't even think I'm going to learn from it. And then they were like, no, you do good. I'm like, I don't know about that one, but I'll try. I'm not going to lie, I'm still struggling with drawing, but I think I'm doing good.
Well, that's good. You're improving. You are improving. Believe me. I mean, you just improve. That's all you do is improve. And the fact that, like I said before, you failed and overcome those objectives. Now you're like, just keep trying. Repetition helps a lot, right? Repetition is the mother of learning. A lot of times people say, and the more that you draw, then the better that you're gonna get. And so that is fantastic. I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. So do you want to become, or do you want to go to a 4-year university later on?
Yes. My goal is not just 4 years. I'm going to get my PhD. So.
Wow.
Yes. So PhD. I'm not just going to stop here.
That is fair. Ladies and gentlemen, only thing I know about PhD, unless it's on a plate, any type of food they're given for PH or D. That's me, right? Pizza, hot dog, and anything we give for D, right? Donuts. When you say PhD to me, Naomi, it's pizza, hot dog, donuts. That's my PhD. So I can't even think about going to get a PhD. I was one of those students. I tried my best and I gave it my all, and I was successful in graduating with a 2-year degree and a 4-year degree. But it was very challenging to me. So I have great admiration for people who are able to go past a 4-year degree or even get a 4-year degree. So I think that is just great and fantastic what you got your set sight on, that you really want to go there. Now, you went to Central Piedmont. tell us what experience did you come from Central Piedmont? What did you come away with Central Piedmont that you think is going to help you in the future?
One thing that will help me in the future that I learned from Central Piedmont is to speak my mind.
Oh.
Not to keep quiet when you think that you're not doing good. And I think that's a lot of stuff that young students struggle with. Because some students don't just speak. They're just like, oh, I don't like this class because I don't understand. I'm not going to speak about it. I'm not. And I have been with friends who struggle with classes. And when I tell them, like, go see the teacher, they're like, she's too busy. He's too busy for me. I'm like, no, they're getting paid for you to learn. You're spending the money on them so you can get the help from them. So students don't understand that, and they think that it's just not really like they part of the job to go see the teacher when they don't understand anything. And I learned that I need to speak my mind, and that really helped me with Central Piedmont, because sometimes when I didn't understand it, I had to go to the teacher and stay late and sacrifice my time just for me to get what they're teaching. Because I know that I'm spending a lot of money to figure out, like, okay, this is me. This is my career. My teacher already did his part.
Yes.
He already have his 4 degrees and all those on the portfolio, on the resume, and I have none. So this is me, and I need the help, all the help that I can get. And sometimes I say it to people that there is no dumb question.
Yes.
There is no dumb question. And I learned that in Central Piedmont. Some of the teacher of architecture, I was so shy to talk to him, but that was the class that I needed to pass with the A. So I was like, it's either be shy and fail the class, then be like, ask the question and pass the class.
Right.
That's the 2 options that I had. So I spoke with him, and he helped me to understand the assignment or the course better than I even thought. I was like, so it just took 1 question for me to understand this. Wow. I could have even spoke earlier. But now I know, and I just know that speaking your thoughts, speaking your mind, and just letting people know that, hey, I'm struggling with this. How can you help? Even student, you can speak to your classmates, your teammates, because people have this thought that I have to learn on my own, but I didn't learn for my own. I had to meet with others so I can learn from each and everyone, like, okay, this is what they think, and this is my part of thinking. So can we put this together?
Yes, that's very good, and that's a good learned trait. That right there, name will take you a long way. It's asking for help. And although I'm a conversationalist, and most people say I never met a person I didn't meet as a friend or I didn't know before, because I'm so used to talking socially. I had trouble asking for help too. And that's going to take you a long way. If you're willing to ask for help, if you're willing to get assistance, because you all going to need assistance sometime, right? When you come to a new job, you don't know that job. When you do something, you don't know what you're doing. And so sometimes you have to ask for help. And like you said earlier, I like that. It's better for me to ask for help and get it done correctly for me not to ask for help and not get it done at all, right? And when it's better for me to ask for help, at least try to get an A, or not ask for help and then fail the class. And so that is very good nuggets and knowledge to know for my viewers and listeners to say, hey, ask for help, get assistance, be a team, come to team study. I know there's a survey that I seen on the internet to where the guy was, I think he was a teacher, Asian American teacher, and he couldn't figure out why his African American students weren't doing well as the other students. And he did a study, couldn't know why. And the study came out to where he found out they were not in group study with each other. They were trying to do everything by themselves. So he encouraged them and made a way to where they had the group study. Once they start group studying, then their grades was just as high as everyone else. Again, what is that lesson that we learned? You always should receive help if you need it. Don't be scared for help. And group study is good. Getting in groups and teamwork is good, because you do that in the real world. In a job, you're going to do that. Most of the things that you try to solve is going to be a group problem. It's going to be a problem of the company, and it's going to be a group solution. You're going to ask you to come in, this to come in, they to come in. And how can we solve this problem that we have within our company? And so it's going to be a group decision. And then of course, the CEO or the boss will make the overall decision. But he wants input for each person of the group. And so if you can learn this while you're in college, that's going to be fantastic when you get out to the real world. So I think that is a fantastic thing that you have learned at Central Piedmont early as a young person. And that's why I said Central Piedmont is a great community college. I know I'm tooting a horn. I know I'm alumni there, but since it's my podcast, then we're going to do it anyway. It's like nepotism, right? And I found out a long time ago, people say, well, I don't like nepotism. It's part of the American way, okay? Capitalism, nepotism is all go hand in hand. And that's what you're supposed to do. If you have the talent or knowledge of something, or you have an advantage to help yourself do better, then use it. Whether it's a family member, your own family, or a best friend, your mom's best friend, use whatever advantage you can to accomplish that goal. Whether it's getting a job, whether it's getting a contract, whatever it is, use people that can help you. That's an asset to you. That's a blessing to you that you know that person can help you with get that job or with a situation that you have. So we got to learn to really ask people about that, So, I tell you what, it has been a joy and pleasure having you on the show today, Nahomie. Now, do you have any words of wisdom or advice for young people especially coming out of high school that may be thinking about getting go to community college first before going for a degree, or going to community college at all? What is your advice or suggestions to them?
I want to advise to young people graduating from high school, going to college or university, just be you. And don't follow people that you found in college, because they may be like 2 steps ahead of you, and you just come freshly from high school and you're trying to go to parties like they do. You're trying to do what they do. You're going to find yourself behind, and you're going to waste your time and money. That's what I learned, and that's what I did. I just focus on myself. I'm like, hey, we came here to study and do what we have to do, but there is time for everything. There's time to study, there is time for study, there is time to party, there is time to focus on your goal and do what's best for you, because nobody's going to do it for you.
I love what you said. That is something I'm going to take away even from myself there, Nahomie, no doubt about it. Nahomie, thank you so much for coming on our show today. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, and you be able to do it with you.
Oh. But I also like to thank our viewers and listeners for joining me, Mitchell Rivers, on the Career Education Learning Center podcast, where we're making your career dreams a reality. God bless.